Hello everyone, welcome back to Synthetic Lover. We stopped at a part and there was junk on the screen, so I don't want it to be the first thing you see. It is gonna be blurred. Editing me will try to do the best they can. So yeah, Ian or 523 was his name, yeah, for 4, the Elysian model. He is now named Ian, and Ian walked in on Terrence in the shower, and he got caught, and now he's being yelled at. So, yeah, well, if you want to play the game yourself, links are in the description. Let's go. Okay, I can do this. If there is text blocked by me censoring that, I'll read it, or they'll voice it, so. Oh look, I should have stopped. At least now I didn't actually leave you like cliffhanger with a choice. So it is that we didn't get the memo. Tell him you did miss the memo, or ask him what's the big deal, or apologize for the intrusion. And I guess we're gonna tell him that we did miss the memo. Yep.
You've never left a note of any kind mentioning that, but I'll keep it in mind from now on. You didn't bring a towel, so I brought one for you. Didn't mean to walk in on whatever you were doing.
Of course I know he wasn't doing anything, but it's more fun to pretend, isn't it?
Sorry for making you uncomfortable. I'll be leaving now.
I'm not uncomfortable, and you didn't walk in on anything.
Yeah.
I'm just taking a normal shower here, okay? Why am I even explaining myself?
Why are you? Normal shower, huh? Does that mean you also take non-normal ones? Ian.
I left the towel by the sink, alright?
Noted. Now go.
Wow. Door swinging open, I hastily turn around and leap out into the hallway.
Yeah, okay. I'm out.
Terrence shouts once more upon sensing that the door is left ajar, even for a brief moment.
Close the door behind you. Properly.
Afraid to irritate him any further, I grab the knob and shut the door as I lean against the adjacent wall, still trying to process what just occurred. Well, that was certainly a surprise. Who would have guessed Mr. Cool and Collected could display such strong emotions? I wish I could have stayed longer. Oh well. Wow, Ian. All this makes me want to know more about Terrence. Him trying to keep a wallet between us just makes me more curious about what's behind it. I hear the running water from behind the door shutting off. He must be getting out now. Oh, he looks so soft with that shirt. Oh, there's a faint clicking of metal hangers being disturbed. Finally, the door slowly opens, revealing Terrence wearing a white t-shirt.
Hey, Terrence.
Hello. Sorry to have kept you waiting.
No worries. I've kept myself entertained.
Huh. Well, shall I begin dinner then?
Do whatever makes you comfortable, but don't worry about me too much.
I'm afraid those two requests are mutually exclusive.
With that secretive smile of his, he shuffles by and into the kitchen, turns on the oven, gathers various ingredients from the refrigerator.
Wow. You actually have fresh food? Isn't that expensive?
It's been quite some time since I've had a guest over. I thought it only right to make this as welcome a stay for you as possible.
But can't we eat food? Like normal food?
Still, this is hundreds of credits for a single meal.
The meal could be spread over the course of a few days while still retaining its taste.
He continues on. Figs, pistachios, greens, some sort of salad dressing, and... is that a cheese with some blue stuff in it? Watching him cook is entrancing. The way he neatly and evenly arranges pistachios in a pie tin is meticulous, to say the least. Look, I can't say anything because it's a biot, or he's like just really focused. It's as if he's measuring the distance between each one by eye and rearranging anything he finds out of place. Terrence gives a satisfied nod and gently slides the tray into the oven.
I must say, Terrence, I had no idea you were so dexterous.
Is that so? I meant to ask you earlier. Has something been piquing your interest lately besides...
Trying to get to know you? I mean, I haven't had the opportunity to do much else. Though, since encountering the device, I've caught myself staring at the city. I once must have spent a solid half hour looking at a single bridge, wondering what it'd be like to stand on it.
That's quite a long time.
It is. While we're on the subject of time, why are you so inconsistent?
I beg your pardon?
One day you're fussing over me like I'm a child, and the next you ignore me for hours. What's your deal?
I'm not sure what you're talking about, but I do apologize if you felt ignored. That wasn't my intention.
Squints. Suspicious. It's like that's the whole theme about with Terrence's route. It's just gonna be me squinting suspiciously, or like, what are you hiding?
For you to be so attentive of me occasionally, and then whatever is going on with you is odd, to say the least.
Perhaps.
Perhaps? That's all you're gonna give me?
Yes, as a matter of fact it is.
Oh, cool. Great. Wonderful. He's focused on slicing these figs into perfect quarters as I quietly ease myself from the stool and step close behind him.
Can I help you?
What are you making?
Sliced figs. Could you back up a bit? I don't want to accidentally cut you.
No, I'm fine. I haven't seen anyone prepare anything before except maybe on TV. Could you show me how to cut it?
I don't suppose you've had much need to cook, have you?
No, but I would love to learn, especially from someone as skilled as you. Come on, just show me.
I get in front of him, slide my hand over the knife, and place his... I just read ahead and I'm like, ah! I get in front of him, slide my arm over the knife, and place his arms over mine. Terrence is quick to step back.
Okay, pretend you're my guide, or exoskeleton, or whatever makes this easy.
Really, I can handle this on my own. You shouldn't have to do...
Please, I'd really, really like to learn.
Very well.
Ah. Wee. All these, I don't know what my brain just likes the noises. I know some people are not going to like it, but I'm just like, give me all the beeps and boops. He resumes his original position, draping his arms over mine. I step into him as much as I can without being obvious, making sure my back rests comfortably against his chest.
Well, first, grasp the fig in your left hand. Hold it about with your thumb and middle finger, like this. Then carefully slide the knife blade outward, cleanly through the fruit.
So, like...
The knife easily passes through, leaving two nice halves still in my hand.
Perfect. Now, place the halves face down and split those in two.
I do as instructed, though my cuts end up having a few halves uneven.
This is a good first attempt, especially for someone who's not cooked before.
Can I do the rest?
Certainly.
What? Turns? Did I just see his eye twitch? He's such an asshole. Sorry. It's because I read ahead and I was just like, it's this. I start in on the remaining figs, now intentionally leaving some with odd cuts. I hear his foot softly rapping against the floor.
Really, I can handle this. You are a guest here, and it's not your need to wait upon...
You're not the only one who enjoys taking care of others, Terrence. Let me be of use to you. Whoops. Jeez. It's so hard to get these evenly split.
But you're doing it on purpose. You look at that face. The face of someone doing that on purpose.
Please, I insist. I'm the one treating you.
You can treat me by taking care of the rest of the meal.
As you wish.
I let him by enough to open the oven and pull out the pie tin. His anxious demeanor gradually fades away as he methodically chops the pistachios. At least I know how his shell is not as impenetrable as I thought. I finish up with the figs and walk back to the stool, taking in the lovely kitchen view. Terrence in the kitchen is like watching an artisan chef on TV, but without commentary. Terrence mixes the greens and pistachios, pauses on the figs but adds them all the same, and tops it all with the vinaigrette, cheese, and pepper. He quickly tosses the salad until all the ingredients are thoroughly mixed. Then he whips around the countertop to place 2 plates on it, along with the salad bowl. He dips into the refrigerator once more and pulls out a tube of paste as well, placing it next to the salad.
Voila! Your dinner. Surely you've been curious about fresh food, no?
Sure, but this is not as nutritionally dense as paste.
Terrence places some salad and figs on this plate in front of me. However, he also slides the plate beside it.
I won't force you to eat, either. Please, do as you see fit.
What should I eat? Oh, is this an important choice? Maybe just a taste of what fresh is. I don't want to impose, or why would I want anything but paste? Maybe just a taste of what fresh is. It does smell really good. Never had a fresh meal before. Terrence went through all the trouble to prepare this, even spending quite a bit on its ingredients too.
Are you sure this is all right? I wouldn't be taking away from your meals?
I would be most happy if you shared this with me, but only if that's what you desire.
I would love to.
A small smile peeks out from behind the cold exterior of his. This time, his reaction seems to have come naturally, without control or force. He slowly pulls the paste back in the center of the counter, still within reach. I grab a utensil and gather a small amount of the salad onto it.
Well, here goes. Oh, that's good.
I'm delighted to hear that.
What are all these sensations? It's making me feel... is this because of the fresh ingredients?
When ingredients are prepared just right, an incredible flavor unrivaled by any paste can come forth. I can't provide this every day, so don't get too attached.
Sure, but still, thank you.
Absolutely. The pleasure is all mine. Then, shall we?
I guess. Terrence pulls up a stool on the other side of the counter and joins in as well.
Cooking is a skill humans need, even when processed food is more affordable and easier to obtain.
Oh, this tastes fantastic! But it's still not as nutritionally dense as paste, right?
Correct. However, some things are worth the inefficiency. Resting is technically inefficient in a short-term sense, but it allows us to regain expanded energy. Spending time with friends might look like an inefficient allocation of resources, but it's important for our emotional well-being, which influences our productivity. Life has value beyond maximum efficiency, or what others predestined for us.
You're an odd one, Terrence.
He lets out a chuckle as he turns back to his salad, and I to mine. The rest of the meal passes relatively quietly. His eyes are focused on his comm device, though I catch him glancing up every now and then.
Thank you for the meal, Terrence.
Think nothing of it. Let me know if there's anything else I can do to make your stay more comfortable. Though, we might need to turn in soon for tonight.
Oh? Why's that?
We have a meeting with a colleague of mine early tomorrow morning. She may help lead us to some answers for you.
What? When did you find this out?
Just now?
I see.
Terrence gives a slight nod, swoops in to clear the table, and starts cleaning the dishes.
Your side of the bed will be the one by the window this time, if you don't mind. Or do you want to be closer to the door?
I'm fine either way.
Good.
After freshening up in the bathroom, I walk over to my side of his massive bed. There's plenty of room for us both, but I can't shake this new feeling I've got. It's a tension of sorts that's making things slightly awkward. Terrence isn't far behind, swiftly cleaning the kitchen, turning off the lights, and disappearing into the bathroom. He comes out a few moments later and quickly slides into his side of the bed. Weirdly enough, he bunches up the covers between us, making some kind of a cotton barrier.
Good night, Terrence.
Good night.
Terrence tosses around a bit before deciding to sleep facing me. I wonder, would he still be working so hard to get answers if I were anyone else, to put so much effort in making me at ease? Or is that part of his job description? Just as mine is to serve clients, his is to serve biots. I let out a heavy sigh and I looked back at the now asleep Terrence. The restlessness finally turns off for him, and he's breathing steadily, face relaxed and peaceful. I really don't get it. Guess I'll have to keep chipping away at him. Good night, Terrence. Faint, warm sunlight and the sound of running water from the bathroom stirs me from my sleep. It takes me a moment to realize that the other side of the bed is empty. Terrence is no longer beside me, so the person in the bathroom must be him. With a content sigh, I swing my legs out from under the covers and put a pair of pants on.
Ah,
Oh.
You're awake.
How well?
Hey, Terrence. Good morning.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, the bed is quite comfortable.
Nope, you're not gonna say anything.
You seem well rested.
I'm glad to hear that.
Well, we should head out soon. I apologize, but we've no time for breakfast. After you get dressed, we can be on our way.
You mean my black top isn't acceptable?
Something that doesn't stand out is more preferable for the situation.
Ah, the blue top you lent me.
Affirmative. That would be a much better alternative to the straps.
I nod and head to the bathroom to freshen up, and then back to the bedroom to find my shirt.
I'm ready.
Excellent. Time to go. We've not a moment to lose.
Man, that is an interesting jacket then, now that I've seen what's underneath. It's an interesting jacket. Terrence leads us out of his apartment on our way to find answers. As soon as we step outside, my senses go into overdrive. After being cooped up in Terrence's apartment for so long, I forget what an experience it is to be outside. To feel, see, and hear my surroundings. The morning sun is warm and energizing, and I immediately feel invigorated. The air is also different from my last time outside. It's very humid, which amplifies the smells we encountered as well as we walk. I cannot quite put my finger on what they are, but they definitely make me curious about their origins. To top it off, I get the chance to take in the sights since the entire trip is on foot. We pass by many bustling shops and hurried workers, who I look at and wonder what their lives are like and their backgrounds. Why does that person on the street corner need to shout about their magazine collection? What drives the other person to pace back and forth while on their comm device? It makes me wonder if biots act in as many varied ways as humans do. I turn to Terrence and see he's constantly glancing in multiple directions.
Hey, are you alright? You're looking around rather frequently. Are we lost?
Not at all. I'm just making sure no one follows us.
Why would anyone follow us?
No reason.
Terrence, please. Ian's like, Terrence, please. Terrence is being awfully cautious. What's going on? Oh my god, what's happening? After a few more turns and back alleys, Terrence suddenly stops.
Here we are.
A sushi bar? Your private lab is in a sushi bar?
Don't judge a book by its cover. You'll see there's more to it inside.
Terrence raps a few rhythmic knocks on the front door. A few seconds later, the door opens. Terrence takes one last look at the street before we quietly step inside. I know I read that weird. Don't at me. An armed guard greets us inside. He locks eyes with me, looking me up and down, then nods at Terrence before letting us through. Well, this is no typical sushi bar. It reminds me more of Rico's office than any eatery. Computers, cables, and tech equipment litter this cramped loft.
Mind the floor. We don't want to accidentally unplug anything.
Got it.
Why was there an armed guard? It's concerning, and I'm not sure what to do. It's concerning, and I'm not sure what to make of it. We reach a small hallway where Terrence stops in front of a metal door. He slowly pushes it open.
This way.
As I enter, I notice a figure in the back of the room, hunched over a computer. Their white lab coat is obscured slightly by streaks of gray, red, and fuchsia hair. The person is fiercely typing, engrossed in their work. Terrence closes the door behind us, ensuring it's secured before clearing his throat. Who dis?
It's good to see you again, Doctor. Now, I would like to introduce you to Dr. Karras. Dr. Karras, this is...
Unit 532.
Just a moment.
Ah, well, while we wait, I am Dr. Karras' collaborator in biot research. She's a forerunner in this domain and should be able to answer any questions on the subject.
Biot research? Like analyzing them?
Think of her more as...
Don't answer that.
Oh. The figure suddenly swivels their chair around and stands up. She adjusts her pink top and lab coat, then slowly walks over to join us.
532. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. Please, may I offer you a seat?
Sure.
She gestures towards a chair next to the square table in the middle of the room. Terrence holds it out for me and pushes it in after I sit down. Dr. Cyrus, I forget, takes a seat directly across from me while Terrence takes a chair from the side.
Don't sit just yet, Terrence. 532, can we possibly get you anything? Perhaps some water or food?
No, thank you. I'm fine.
Very well.
She gently pats the table and Terrence takes his cue to now be seated.
Thank you for coming out all this way. I'm sure the trip must have been tiring.
Oh, it wasn't tiring at all. I actually really enjoyed it. I got to see some interesting places, and some of the smells on the way made quite an impression.
I'm glad to hear it. What has Terrence explained to you about today?
Absolutely nothing.
Not much. He just promised to get me fixed.
Terrence locks eyes with Dr. Cyrus. Sorry, I'm bad at names. I'm also very tired. With a grave expression, and she
I'll
nods.
definitely see what I can do. I've heard of your recent incident and how troubling it is for you. I would like to take this time to confirm your current status. We'll need to check your vitals while we ask you a series of questions.
And these questions will help you get me back to how I was?
They'll help us understand what has changed within you psychologically. Should you want to return to normal, I will do all I can to make that happen.
Okay.
So do I have your consent to begin?
Consent?
Your permission? Or a mutual agreement between us to proceed with what is about to happen?
I see. Yes, you have my consent.
Very good. Then allow me to offer a briefing. These diagnostic questions are quite personal and are for us to better understand what is going on in your mind. You are free to refuse to answer any questions whenever you see fit. You are also free to conclude the interview at any time. Do you understand the groundwork as I have laid it out?
Yes, I understand.
And do you agree with these conditions?
I do.
Very good. Before we begin, how would you like to be addressed?
It takes me a moment to understand what Dr. Cyrus, oh god, it's gonna be, I'm so sorry, means. They actually care about how I like to be addressed. Between nicknames from customers, Unit 532, and the name Terrence came up for me, I think I prefer the latter.
Ian. I would like to be addressed as Ian.
Ian? That's a lovely name.
I know, he gave it to me. Dr. Cyrus and Terrence exchanged pleased glances, nodding among themselves.
Terrence, please hook Ian up to the diagnostic equipment.
Terrence gets up, making his way to what looks like a set of monitoring devices behind my chair.
May I?
I lift my shirt in approval. Terrence attaches several pads across my chest, arms, the material ice cold as they adhere to my skin. After starting the devices and confirming them, he walks over to the desk in the back corner and brings over Dr. Cyrus's comm device.
Before we go further, I would like to confirm some details regarding your situation.
Alright.
Is it correct that you engaged with a certain device about a month ago?
Yes, it's been exactly 27 days since I engaged with it. As soon as I touched it, I lost control of my body and blacked out.
How did this affect your function?
Well, since then, I've lost interest in work and started feeling strong emotions, I guess? I sometimes feel like I can't think straight, and I'm affected by stuff that used to not matter to me.
Her brow furrows slightly as she types on her keyboard, keeping her eyes locked onto me. She reminds me of Rico in that way.
Can you elaborate?
Well, I worked with certain clients and took care of their needs, but now I'm feeling completely out of it. I'd like to go back to working and not feeling like crap.
I see. Now I'd like to open the floor to you. Is there anything you'd like to know about me?
You mean I get to ask questions?
Certainly. You can if you want to.
Is this a trick question?
Either of you?
Absolutely.
Who should I ask? Asked Terrence. Asked Terrence.
My question is for Terrence. Why do you live alone?
Oh, snap! Sorry, I didn't mean that was a surprise to like the question. I was about to drop my phone and it hit my pop filter. The panic of my phone probably meeting its demise. Anyway, we'll stop right there for today, everyone. It's just such a juicy part too. Ooh. So, if you're interested in playing the game yourself, links are in the description. Share with friends, all that good stuff. If you're interested in supporting me, subscribe, turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon, or you could become a patron or a member. Which, speaking of, thank you to my patrons and members. Thank you so much for your support. If you're interested in getting early access to videos, exclusive access to other things, check out my Patreon or my Ko-fi. Links are in the description. Hopefully I'll see you there, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.